Hello, Chef here with another video just reviewing some of my cast iron pans, what I like, why I like it, and where you can get it. I'm going to touch on some of these frying pans as well as Dutch ovens. Here we go. Okay, here on the frying pans, the first thing you want to look for is a nice, heavy, thick cast iron pan. It should be somewhat polished in the middle. If not, you can polish it or have someone polish it for you. This one's super old. I'm just going to guess 120 years. I don't really know. I can tell you it's a Griswold Erie 710D looks like, and that looks like a 9. However, the numbers on there don't coincide. They don't coincide to the exact sizes. I love the handle, I love the shape, the finish. I love the pourable spouts on both ends there. Now, what I'm talking about here, it looks like it's a 10-inch pan. It's got a number 9 on there. But let's check it out. By the way, these two nest together. That's what you're looking for. You want to be able to store them easily. So buy them when you can find them, and they should nest together. Alright, so this pan said number 9 on the bottom. It's actually 10 inches across the bottom, 11 inches across the top, 12 inches with counting the pour spouts there. And I do count that because that's an essential feature for me. So overall length, we're looking at about 16. And now I'm giving all this information to all the manufacturers out there. They can copy and knock them off. There's already tons of knockoffs out there. The knockoffs are everywhere, but they're not like this quality. I really like this. By the way, this is heavy. I'm just going to guess it's about 4 to 5 pounds or so. Really, really durable pan. It's been through hell and back. It's still going. All right, this one's not big enough for the next recipe I'm going to be sharing. And what I'm talking about here is I've got a lid that's about 10 inches. Fits this pan nicely, but I want to press down. So to do that, I need to step up to the next pan. That's where I'm moving up to this one here. It's a bit bigger. Now, you'd look at it and you'd say, oh, it's about 12 inches, right? Ah, it's a little bigger than that. This is a favorite Cookware. Could use some more cleaning. And it does have a number 12 on it right there. So the 12 is just visible right there. But they might call it a 12, but look, realistically, it's 12 on the inside. It's 13 across the top. And with the pour spouts, which I consider very relevant, 14 inches. Overall, the length, we're at about 18 inches there with the handle. Yeah, this pan's huge. It's exactly what I'm looking for. My lid, or weight, is going to be able to press the food down. Oh yeah, follow along. Okay, now we've touched on the cast iron skillets and what I like about them. Moving along to Dutch ovens. Okay, and on to the Dutch ovens. This one right here is my favorite Dutch oven. I'm going to lift up the camera and give you a better view of it in just a moment. Okay, from up above you can see the shape, the contour, the handles, the grip, the size, the little pig, Stab. This baby's made in France. I really like it. La Coquette with the pig. It's got the stampings in the bottom there, made in France. Those little dots help the moisture drip back down onto a roast. This one, I zoom in up for you, it says 11 inch. We're going to give it a quick measure, but I do believe this is a true 11 inch. The weight is amazing. I'm going to guess this baby is about 10 pounds. Very expensive and worth it. Yeah. So check out the Dutch ovens in the products listing below. They should pop up right about here. But anyway, there's a lot of Dutch ovens on sale with free shipping. You owe it to yourself to buy a really good quality Dutch oven and get cooking with the Dutch ovens. Search this channel. It's a database. There are literally thousands or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of recipes because the chefs keep adding them. Dutch ovens are amazing. Pork, beef, chicken, vegetables, ratatouille, you name it. The Dutch oven's going to produce an excellent result for you. It holds heat, it transfers heat, it's super durable. When you're done, say you do a beautiful beef bourguignon stew, lots of vegetables, mushrooms, succulent sauce, let it cool off, put an ice pack in there, stick it in the refrigerator. It's awesome for reheats, leftovers, things like that. I can't say enough about the Dutch oven and the quality that we're talking about here. Wow. Check out the next video. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, let's get cooking. Yes, have a great day. Oh, yes. Yes, look at this. Here's the chicken. Be sure to click the sponsor below. You can get the bone broth, boost your protein in the desserts. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Check it out. This right here, black walnut, is the good stuff. Each of these are 1.5 inch thick. You can see that, really, really nice. This will last you for years and years and years of use. Quite often on the end grain, it's 2 1/4 or 3 inch or 4 inch or 7 inch thick. On the edge grain like this one, usually it's just the 1.5 inch is good for most applications. And this comes a few different ways. This is the full rail, comes blended as well. So check it out. Your sponsor's got these. The sponsor's been doing business on the internet for over 30 years. They know what they're doing. What do you think of my carved melon? The finished loaves. cooling rack. Wow. What do you think of those? Drop a comment. Like, share, subscribe, support your sponsor, and you can find the recipe at the website. Subscribe right there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh yeah, cream of butternut squash soup. I really like this crust recipe, and you can find it on the channel, of course. And this is 2 hours later. The oil has penetrated. I give it one more little buff like this. Ginkgo tea infused marinated teriyaki boneless skinless chicken thighs. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. A little more salt and pepper. This teriyaki chicken has been smoking over oak and cherry for about 45 minutes. Ah, the finished chicken. Looking really good. Going to give it a quick test here, and then we're going to throw a sauce together. This is what you're looking for with the chicken thighs. Soft, tender, juicy. Of course, we've got the smoky flavor as well. Yeah. It's the quality and the superior performance and longevity. There's so many things. This butcher block here is like 20 plus years old. We're rocking it every day. Love it. It's amazing. My spatula, well, this one here is about 10 to 12 years old. The problem is bacteria can, food and bacteria can accumulate down here where the wood meets the silicone. Want to, but anyway, no more bacteria right here. The handle's slightly weighted. It's really stiff. However, the head is slightly flexible. It's got the curve that I like, just like the other one there. You can see the curve really nice. It's the perfect spatula set. I believe these are sold as a set of 4 at the sponsor. Okay, you want to bunch your basil together. You want to keep it fairly tight. Keep your fingers rolled back all the time. You don't want to lose them. And we're going to give it just a quick rocking motion. By the way, this knife is razor sharp. That's what we're talking about. Quality. Buy the best the first time. Avoid the cheap knockoffs. You know they're out there. OMG. The big box retailer, they're going to sell you those cheap knockoffs. They don't care about the quality, longevity. So this knife's been used now for a couple of years. Cutting board, 15 years plus. The limoncello a week later. Look at that. Colors are coming out there real nice. Yeah, I urge you to try this recipe and make sure to subscribe. Check out the other recipes. This is gonna be so good. Maple edge grain, ideal